Alexa flounced across the lab, her blonde hair wafting lavishly to Dr. Gertlichon's workstation. She opened the cabinet containing the trial vaccines and took out a test tube. She opened the test tube filled with the coronavirus sample. Pop. Alexa stared at it. The creamy liquid bubbled and popped like a fresh bowl of Rice Krispies. Snack, crackle, pop. Even the sound of the virus made her ovaries clash together like cymbals. It was so powerful, so strong, so deadly. Alexa's heart fluttered like it had done the time she fucked the farmer's cross-eyed son and uncrossed his eyes. And then Dr. Gertlichon proceeds to take the cure that Alexa just doodled with, because apparently he had coronavirus and didn't bother to tell her. And when he does this, I have to do this, Alexa. I didn't tell you this before, but I have the coronavirus. Alexa gasped again, then covered her mouth as she realized she and Dr. Gertlichon were not practicing social distancing etiquette. So this is my only option, he said proudly. Dr. Ashingford, if the trial doesn't work, it has been an honor working with you. Alexa nodded and stepped back 2 meters. Then Dr. Gertlichon plunged the syringe in his arm, and the blue liquid disappeared into his veins. He fell to the floor. Doctor! Alexa exclaimed with panic-driven fear. No, he yelled. Don't come any closer. I have it under control. For some reason, the lights flashed. Wind whipped around the lab, lashing Alexa's hair back and forth and shaking her ample breasts. There was lots of sound and shaking, and Alexa's heart hammered harder than the time she was hammered by the carpet fitter when he came to fit carpets in her country manor. Alexa edged back, pushing back until her back pushed back against the wall. Dr. Gertlichon screamed. He clutched his chest. He crawled around the back of his workspace as the wind whipped up and the lights flashed again, then silence. Dr. Gertlichon? Bob? Who is Bob? Came a voice. Alexa blinked. Who? What? Bob? Uttered Alexa. What do you mean? I know no Bob. A hand clamped down in the workspace. It looked like a normal hand, except it was green. Dr. Gertlichon, what happened to your hand? Wailed Alexa. I don't know who that is, came a bellowing bellow which rattled the beakers and tinkled the tubes around the lab. Alexa stepped away from the wall, her heart ravaging the inside of her chest. She took tiny steps toward Dr. Gertlichon, her breath short and sharp. A second hand slammed down on the surface, and Alexa squealed. It, too, was green. There was a low groan, almost like a growl, which deepened and became a roar, a guttural, animalistic roar, so strong and powerful it made Alexa's clitoris judder with anticipation. Then, one detail at a time, Dr. Gertlichon stood from behind the workspace to reveal himself. His strong brow, piercing blue eyes, supple lips, a wide jaw like the trunk of a car, bulky, thick shoulders, a flat stomach, a bulge in his trousers the size of a medium-length python, legs, and presumably feet, but Alexa couldn't see those behind the desk. His body had grown so much his lab uniform had torn, his thighs had obliterated his pants, muscle poking out like a cheeky kitten. His pectoral muscles were so large and toned, they practically hum. The tip of his penis winked out above his buttline, and Alexa was positive he wasn't even erect. She couldn't stop staring. And it was green. In fact, all of him was green. And he was covered in small green bumps, which sciencey people like Alexa called spike proteins. Wait, if he had spike proteins protruding from his body, wouldn't that mean he was? No, it couldn't be. No. But it could just be. Dr. Gertlichon, said Alexa. Is that you? He shook his head. Are you in there, Dr. Gertlichon, Bob? No. Who are you then? I'm COVID-19. I'm the coronavirus. I consumed him.